Hey Moonlings, it's Linantos, and today I'm doing a video that's inspired by Dodie. She did this like a couple times, like a video for my 5-year-old self, questions from, well, not 5-year-old self, video for me in 5 years, blah blah blah. For me, I kept putting this off. Like I originally started working on this. Well, I've had the idea since I watched Dodie's videos on it, but I started working on this one myself um July 4th, 2024. It's been that long. Like I've had this planned. I just haven't executed it. Or when I've attempted to execute it, it failed. And like the footage was wrong or XYZ was wrong, blah 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 blah. So yeah. I'm gonna like base on this, but also give some like updates on certain things that things have changed, you know? Because even in the last 2 years, well, a year and a half, I should say, so much has changed. So right now, I am 21 3/4, and I am a senior at Millersville University, and I actually have my internship at Atrium Audio. So far, I only have, at the time I'm filming this, like just before 2026, I have 214 followers on my Instagram, which, I mean, yeah, it could be better, but I'm honestly so proud of it because right now I only have 3 songs out, all of them self-produced, and also, I'm working on a bigger project right now, so I'm like, ee. And also this year I started gigging. I did 6 gigs this year. I did a lot in my hometown at the same 2 bars, and then I did the Lower Paxton Kris Kringle Market. I did a First Friday in Lancaster City in October. I played the Lancaster Troll Market for their Yuletide celebration. Those were really fun. I played my first gig in June of 2024. So in my career, I've played seven gigs. I can't wait to see how many more I get to do. Oh yes, mental health journey. I have worked on my mental health journey. I started therapy. I have yet to reschedule some appointments. I'm gonna get to that, hopefully. That's on my list. And then I work on campus, and I work at the studio on campus. I actually make a lot of videos while I'm working on my own stuff. Good promo. It's good promo. But also, I also have another job right now, which I'm actually working 40 hours next week. My other job is at an arcade. I'm not going to disclose it just because of I don't speak for brand or company, blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that. But yeah, I work at an arcade nearby. If you remember, you remember. But if you don't, just look at your memories in Snapchat. If Snapchat still has your memories, because storage. Okay. How's your confidence? Sweetheart, how's your confidence? I know it's been growing, but it's also a little shaky because body dysmorphia is a thing. And also imposter syndrome is a thing. And XYZ is a thing, yeah. I say XYZ a lot. But there's a lot. There's a lot of things. And I just threw my phone. Oh yeah, I'm also trying to grow out my hair for a little bit. Just till graduation. And yes, I'm wearing a blanket jacket thing, and right now I have it cuffed so it looks like I'm wearing a Santa jacket. It's not. It's just a blanket thing my mom got me for Christmas with a hood. But my note says here I'm currently growing out my hair. Yes, I am. I'm planning to cut it again after I graduate, but I do have an undercut. It needs to be updated a little bit again. But I also recently got my cartilage pierced. Literally a little over a month ago, I got it pierced. which is crazy to me. Okay, now for the questions. Which I will self-insert some commentary updation from stuff that's happened in the last year and a half. First off, how are you? How are things? Are you okay? Because you're 25 now, you're 3 years out of college. I hope all things are going well, like, truthfully. What's your hair like now? Have you gotten to meet Dodie, Blue Eyes, or any other artists you really like? I'm really hoping you at least get to go to one of their concerts, if you don't get to meet them, but because they're inspirational. Did you move? I already know I'm already looking at a lot of apartments, but the future's so uncertain. I have no clue where I'm gonna go. So, did you move? And if so, where? Like, obviously privacy stuff, but where, girl? What are you doing with your music? Like, are you working on albums, EPs? I know right now I'm recording an EP, and I am in the process of writing another big project, if you know what I mean. Are you doing anything with musical theater? I love how I have this question in here, but it's like one of those, I'm like, I love musical theater. However, one, confidence with my own voice and performance, and also time. I would have auditioned for the college musical, because they're doing Into the Woods this spring. I would have auditioned for it if I would have known I would have had time for it, but I know I don't. I know I won't have time for that. Did you and Kat finish anything? I know it says, "Do you guys finish your song?" I'm like, anything. Like, we're literally working on 3 different projects. Did you finish any of the projects with Kat? I know you yourself is the big problem because procrastination. But we don't talk about that. We don't. I hope you do, or at least get them mostly done before Kat moves to Ireland. Which also, how is that? Like, have you gotten to visit her in Ireland? How many songs do you have out now? I'm just gonna disclose this. I have 3 out. I'm re-recording 2 of them. And I have 2 more unreleased songs that are in the process. So I'm quite literally recording 3 songs right now. The other one was recorded in a previous year, last year, and I'm just like sprucing it up a little bit, making it more like the others. And then, so I'm hoping to have those out by the time I graduate in the spring here. I would like to have them done for my birthday, but I don't see that coming that fast. So my goal is by graduation, so I can burn CDs and whatnot and make t-shirts, and I'm so excited. Which, relating to that, how did your first EP do? How is the first EP gonna do? Has any of your songs, like, taken off? Because so far Dark Side seems to be the best, like, community-liked one. Hi, Editing Lunantos here. Actually, Heavy Heart has been, in the last 12 months, most streamed song, with 203 streams this year. Dark Side coming in with 86 streams this year, and All Too Soon coming in with 77. So yeah, Heavy Heart did the best this year. But that's also because it released this year. But have any of them taken off? Have you done any collabs? I know you did one for a class, but that didn't get released or anything like that. But do you have any collabs in the works? Or, like, anything like that? Because I'm like, I know you've been wanting. I want to collab. I hope you get to it. I hope you get to collab with people because it's so fun. Ooh, how many more shows have you done? Have you done any, like, mini tours? Because I know a singer-songwriter, especially not knowing where you're going to land, makes it harder to get shows and let alone make a band to do bigger shows. So, how's that going? How is everyone? Friends, family, any pets? Do you have any pets? I hope you have a pet. Because I know like right now I'm really thinking about getting a cat for when I move out. But I don't know yet. I'm still thinking on it. Especially between post-college budget and everything else. Because I'm going to be paying college loans. Yay. Debt. What recording equipment do you use now? Right now I still use my 2IO Scarlett Focus, right? With an instrument cable input and a XLR input. I also have 2 microphones, a PGA 48 and the one that came with the Focusrite. I also have a pop filter and I use Logic, but right now for the EP I'm using a lot of stuff in the studio between the R2s, the API board, Pro Tools. My favorite mic for vocals is the TLM 103. There's so much. I don't know what else to say. But yeah. How many instruments do you have? Right now I have too many to count. I have at least 13. At least 13 instruments. How's AI in the music industry? Because I know like Billboard just recently made it that AI music cannot be charted, which is great, but it's still like a very big thing. I hope you're happy, even if you're struggling. This is still a question because I'm only halfway through my senior year. Does the senior year into career plan work? Tell me. I wish you could come back and tell me so I can lose this anxiety. Have you gotten better at making harmonies for your own music? I would say so far, yeah. Yeah. A little bit. I'm not great yet, but how about you? Are you better at harmonies? How's your love life? I love how I just like threw that in there as if I'm throwing shade, but it's more so throwing shade at myself. My love life is nothing. What's yours like? Pandemic was... Ooh. So, for you, when you're watching this, older me, the pandemic will be 9 years ago. 9 years ago. How does that feel? Being 5, almost 6 years, it feels like a whole different life, especially since it was before college. It's a whole different life, and I'm just like, that girl struggled so much, and it led to me being who I am, and it's so surreal because it's just completely different world. Where all have you traveled? Have you gotten to travel to other countries? Have you gotten your passport? Blah 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 blah. Have you gotten to travel to other countries? What hobbies do you currently have? I currently have crochet. I paint. I draw. I literally made a painting for my family for Christmas, and also gave everyone granny squares because broke college kid. Roller skating. I have not done that in forever, but I love roller skating. I want to go back. And obviously enjoying witchy things. I want to get more in my practice again, but time with college and working 2 jobs is not easy. And also being a musician on the side, it's like so many things in one because I'm my own booking agent, I'm my own content promoter, I'm my own blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. I'm actually starting to research how to screen print shirts, so making myself a lot of work. What are some things that work better when it comes to songwriting that you wish you knew sooner? Now that's a great question because I feel like you can share that for like some of the future generations. What are some things you wish you knew sooner? about songwriting, music production, whatnot. Because I know, like, right now, I slightly struggle putting things together, but most of the time I'm pretty good, I feel. But yet again, I might be 5 years down the line, or even 3 years in this case, 3 years down the line, and be like, that song was great at the time, but it sucks now. Just like how me now looks back at the original recording of All Too Soon and goes, oh. But when I was releasing it, I was like, yes, I'm crying in my car to it. And I'm just like, growth. That is the whole thing. How's your growth? Yay. Well, I hope you are truthfully doing well. I hope your friends are doing well, especially since, like, in the last couple of years, you already lost a couple friends due to, like, silly conflicts. But I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're showing up, playing shows. I hope you're releasing music and not letting your dream die. Because just when you think you're ready to give up, that's when things start to change for the better. I have not completely experienced it. I experienced it a little bit with the pandemic, but just know, always keep holding on, always keep pushing, even if it feels like you're just pushing up a boulder like Atlas. You got this. And if you're watching this and you're not a future me, feel free to take this advice and just keep going, or just start, because starting is the hardest part. It won't be easy, but it'll be worth it. Okay, so this is how this works. Great. Finally do this goddamn video before the end of 2025.